Hello, friends. What did one werewolf say when he saw his friend? How's it going? Be sure to subscribe to my channel. The journey began many years ago, and each place had its own atmosphere. In his life were many moments when boredom came to him. The non-stop journey was amazing, but in the end, nothing could be something different. Yes, it sounded very stupid, but such a feeling attacked him. Everything was part of the earth and nothing more. However, every time Connor stood on top of the mountain, he felt something completely different. Connor could say that he was feeling like a part of the universe or something like it. This would be a lie. It was only an amazing feeling, but if you ask what, Connor could not answer. Maybe the feeling was somehow covered, or maybe Connor did not want to answer. Yes, his goal was the journey. He wanted to feel, but Connor didn't care how he felt. The main thing was to feel good and nothing more. And when Connor once again went to the top of the mountain and looked down, the familiar feeling came to him. He was feeling good. Suddenly he saw a big wooden house. The feeling immediately disappeared and the future plans came to him. What Connor will do. Where he will go. Connor needed to rest. He needed to leave the mountain and go to the wooden house. After many hours Connor went down. The mountain was big and he needed many hours. Connor came to the big wooden house and saw a strange man. Hello. Connor smiled. The stranger was looking at him. He had such a look that Connor thought, maybe this guy thinks that I have done something bad. You can stay here and rest. The stranger said. Oh, it is an amazing idea. Connor relaxed. The stranger had a big black beard. And money. He noted. $50 in one night. It's expensive. Connor said. The wolves are living in the forest. The stranger smiled. If you will stay outside they would eat you. But I read in the book that it's a safe forest. Connor noted. At this time they heard the wolf howl. The stranger smiled and said. Don't trust the books. Connor followed the stranger. They entered the house. Inside everything was old and dirty. There were many chairs and pictures. Connor interested in why the householder wanted so many chairs and pictures but did not ask. Connor's room was on the second floor. The room was big and dirty. Anyway, Connor liked it, because he imagined how small could be his room, but the reality was different. He tried to sleep. In a different situation, Connor would not start to talk about such an uncharacteristic human being. He would not stay in this old creepy house. No, no way. Unfortunately, right now he could not go away. The wolves were in the forest and of course, they wanted to eat. Suddenly Connor heard a raw voice. He quickly stood up and looked out in the window. The voice was coming from the left side of the house, from the first floor, but Connor could not believe it. He thought that his ears playing some bad game. The roaring voice was coming from outside and that's it. His eyes hardly tried to find something or someone, but nothing. Suddenly the animal stopped roar. Connor realized that he needed to be dressed. He started this job. The name of the stranger? It was so strange, but the householder did not tell what his name was. Connor looked at the window. He knew that danger will enter the room from the window. The window would break and something will enter the room. Suddenly someone broke the door. Connor screamed. The werewolf entered the room. And Connor thought that danger will come from the window. It was so stupid. Connor threw the chair. One hit of the werewolf and the chair attack ended. He tried to defeat the monster with a chair. Another stupid idea. Another stupid idea came to Connor. Yes, it was stupid. Anyway, he needed to try. The room had a second door. There was a second room. Connor quickly entered the second room and locked the door. He quickly came to the window and jumped. The landing was a little bit painful, but Connor ran away. He heard the werewolf roar. Connor imagined how angry would be the monster. The simple man escaped and the werewolf looked like a total idiot. Although, Connor knew how quickly werewolf will catch him. After half hour, Connor understood how wrong he was. He escaped his death and scary adventure ended. Connor started hysteric smiling and barely stopped it. In the morning he went on the road. Connor was going, and after some time he saw the bus station. Connor smiled and thought how lucky he was. Connor stopped at the bus station. After a few minutes Connor was continuing the journey, but now he was inside the bus. At first, he did not pay attention. It is strange why all the passengers looked at him so strangely. Connor felt bad, but he quickly remembered the big scary werewolf. Yes, the werewolf attacked him and Connor escaped. The strange looking was nothing. "I'm still alive," Connor said quietly. "The new problem is nothing." In the next station, bus stopped. Connor saw a young and beautiful woman. She got on the bus and looked at Connor. The woman was surprised. She quickly came close to Connor and sat with him. Connor did not know what to say. Yes, he wanted to ask everyone what was happening. "Why you came here?" the woman asked. "What?" Connor became confused. "Why are you here?" the woman asked again. "I did not understand the meaning of your question," Connor said. The woman took a deep breath and continued. "My name is Sarah. I'm simply human like you." "And what?" Connor became more confused. Sarah looked around. A few minutes she was sitting silent. After this she answered, "There are monsters." Connor looked around. Everyone was still looking at him. "It is some joke?" he asked. "No, you came in the werewolves' territory and they will kill you," Sarah said. The woman was very scared. At first, Connor did not know what to answer. The scary adventure. A moment when the werewolf entered his room. In the past, he could not imagine that monster like this was real. Right now Connor looked at the woman and asked, "Is this reality?" "Yes," he asked, but knew how real everything was. "The werewolves are real," Sarah answered. "You are in a very dangerous situation." Connor only now realized that he did not need to come to the bus station. The best plan would be to walk in the forest. Of course, the werewolves could start searching him in the forest, but anyway chance to survive would be much high. "Hey, are you sleeping?" Sarah asked. Connor smiled and answered, "No, I'm fine." "It's good, because I thought that you were sleeping," Sarah said. "Right now we don't have time for sleep or relaxation." "But what can we do?" Connor asked. "We will escape," Sarah answered. "I'm gonna save you." It was funny. Yes, really funny. The bus was full of the werewolves. They wanted to kill the human. Suddenly a little woman came and told that she can save him. Suddenly Connor understood. He understood one big circumstance. He was human and the werewolves wanted to kill him. Sarah also was human. And why the werewolves don't want to eat this woman? You want to save me? Connor said. The werewolves. Why they don't kill you? It is a long story. Sarah answered. First of all, I will save you. Well, there was a long story, and Sarah didn't have time to talk. Also, she was so confident. It would be good if Sarah was really very smart and strong woman because Connor wanted to live. The bus stopped. Everyone got out of the bus. When I will say, now, we're gonna run, Sarah said. Connor was scared, but also he became happy because they finally would escape this monster group. They all stood near the forest. The werewolves were standing around Connor and Sarah. They are watching us, Sarah said. We need to try next time. But if everything will be late? Connor asked. Be patient, Sarah answered. Connor started thinking, maybe Sarah's self-confidence was only a stupid thing and nothing more? Yes, Sarah thought that she could save Connor, but what she could do in reality. Sarah told that werewolves did not attack her. When you are in the safeness, it is very easy to be confident and say that you can do something great. Sarah was like this position. She wanted to save Connor, but the werewolves would not kill Sarah. Suddenly Connor's face changed. He was surprised and also scared. From the forest. Yes, from the forest went one man. This guy was a householder. The werewolf who attacked him. The man had an angry face, but when he saw Connor, the werewolf smiled. He came close to Connor and said, "And you thought that simple human can escape?" "I did not need to escape," Connor answered. The man looked at him and smiled again. "You did not need to escape." The man was smiling and other werewolves started it. "Oh, no. You really need the escape, but we caught you." The man went away. Sarah came close and said to Connor, "Don't worry. We will escape." Connor did not know what to think. The bus was full of the werewolves. They all were looking at him. How could Connor escape? The little break ended. The bus was going to the center of the forest. Sarah was so silent and Connor also became very depressed. He knew that everything will end very soon. "Get ready," Sarah said. Connor moved his head. At first, he saw Sarah, after that the big mountains. He wanted to escape, but Connor really scared. He thought that maybe it would be good if they would try to escape after a half hour. "Are you ready?" Sarah asked. At first, Connor was silent. He did not know what to answer. "I don't know." Connor wanted to sit, that he was ready, but Sarah grabbed his hand and started escape plan. They quickly stood up. After 1 second Sarah opened the bus window and they jumped from the bus. The angry werewolves immediately stood up. "They want to show us how fools we are," the householder screamed. The bus stopped and the doors opened. At this time Connor and Sarah were running in the forest. Quickly, Sarah screamed, "We need to hurry." Connor looked around and saw the most terrible thing. The big wolves were running towards them. "They gonna catch us," Connor said. "Be patient, boy," Sarah answered. The werewolves were close, but suddenly Connor saw the river. At this time Connor understood why Sarah has so much confidence. She knew the whole forest. This young woman knew every place. The humans were slower, but the forest and river would help them. This was Sarah's plan. They jumped in the river. The water was cold. The monsters followed them. The fast flow helped humans. They escaped the angry monsters. Sarah helped Connor and they went out of the river. It was already dark. "Thank you, Sarah." Connor smiled. "Follow me," the woman said. Connor was very happy. He started talking with Sarah. How smart and strong she is, and so on. Sarah did not listen to him. She was very strained. "What happened?" Connor asked. The angry woman stopped and looked at him. "You did not understand. They are searching for us." And Connor remembered when he escaped the werewolf. He became happy, but after this Connor saw the bus station and the nightmare continued. At this time everything was the same. He escaped and immediately thought that everything was over. Connor saw the cave. "This is our shelter?" he asked. "Yes," Sarah answered. They entered the cave. It was a creepy and big cave. After that, it started to rain. "They are searching for us." Sarah was nervous. Connor interested, why the werewolves did not want to kill her. Sarah looked at him and told that everything began a long time ago. The normal humans were living in this territory. One day the big group of the werewolves attacked the human village. The monsters were winning the war. The village is away from civilization. The humans were waiting for help, but no one came into the village. Finally, the leader of the werewolf group told that monsters only needed a safe place. They wanted to live. If humans would become werewolves' friends, this bloody war will end. People had no other choice. Life continued. The people looked forward and continued their life. The werewolves started hunting, but no one was killing humans from the village. "They killed so many people," Sarah noted. "I will save you. Trust me, Connor." Connor understood how creepy the whole story was. If he will manage to escape, Connor would say everything. The other humans will come here and kill the werewolves. "I have a question," Connor said. "Why the humans did not contact with the police?" Sarah smiled and answered, "No one will believe us." After this Connor tried to fall asleep. It was impossible. The werewolves could find them. This thought directly killed Connor. In the morning they left the cave. Sarah had a plan. The werewolves were searching for them in the forest and mountains. It was amazing because the bus was empty. Connor became surprised. They very easily came to the bus and escaped. The werewolves heard a bus voice. They went out of the forest and tried to stop the bus, but nothing. The journey lasted all day. In the evening Connor stopped the bus. They got out of the bus. Connor saw the big city. "We are standing in the mountain and watching the amazing town." He smiled. "Yes, I agree," Sarah answered. Connor realized how tired he was. "I hate when someone will say, 'We need to divide something,'" Sarah said. Connor turned back and asked, "What?" "I hate to divide the human," the woman answered. "Everything is mine. The whole world is mine. You are my trophy." Sarah screamed and turned into the werewolf.